Are you still here? Still stuck on Earth? The rapture came and it went so fast, but sure looks like you missed the boat. It's understandable that you're still searching for answers. I mean, that's how you came here, right? You finally realized you didn't make the cut. But can you still be saved? Maybe. Possibly. Don't get your hopes up. Lucky for you, though, I did create a Certified Rapture Audit. I've patented it, too, so this will help make it crystal clear exactly why you're still here. So, let's walk through it very carefully, want to? There's 2 sections. One has yes or no questions, and the other has scenarios. And I need you to answer each one honestly. Honestly score yourself, okay? And keep track of your score so that you can add up your answers at the end and gain some clarity about what went wrong. And who knows, there might still be a chance for you. There might still be space on board the mothership. All's never lost, usually, right? I mean, sometimes it's absolutely lost, but not always. Not always. There's always a margin of error. Maybe they're doing a head count. It's not uncommon for someone to fall asleep on the job, miss a name or 2. Don't freak out just yet. You're still in the window, okay? It's a very, very tiny window. Tiny, it's a microscopic window. But it's still a window. Alright. Are you ready for this? Good. We will start with the yes or no questions. So for every question that you answer yes for, I want you to give yourself 2 points. And for every question you answer no to, give yourself no points. No points for no. Got it? Yes is 2. No is 0. Yes is 2. No is 0. And please remember, as you're answering these questions, we are talking about your entire life. So if you haven't ever done the thing that I mention, even once, then your answer to that question is a yes. Alright? And yes is 2 points. And no is 0 points, okay? Alright, so let's begin. Have you ever tortured bugs? Magnifying glass. Ant farm. Squished them, stomped on them, pulled their legs off, one by one. Remember, yes is 2, and no is 0. Have you ever fed an animal food you knew they should not eat? Have you ever immediately laughed after seeing someone getting hurt before checking to see if they were okay? And did you continue to laugh while asking if they were okay? Have you ever screenshot someone's text or private story on social media and then sent it to somebody else? And have you ever promised to keep a secret and then immediately told a close friend? Have you ever panicked over a cracked phone screen? Do you have any subscriptions to streaming services? Have you ever structured your life around a TV series? Have you ever turned to a show to relax after a really long day? Have you ever believed something that a figurehead said, whether that's a celebrity, a politician, a CEO, and then defended them people that you know. Have you ever changed your opinion because a documentary told you to? Have you ever stopped asking questions because the answers were inconvenient? Have you ever cut in line on purpose? Have you ever taken credit for something that you didn't actually do? Have you ever let someone else get in trouble for something that you did? Have you ever made someone feel small so that you could feel smarter? Have you ever made fun of someone's appearance and then said you were just joking? Have you ever turned to the mirror or a photo of yourself and let it dictate its own truth to you? Like, you thought, oh, I look so ugly or fat or gross. That's what I mean by that. Have you ever measured your worth in achievements? Have you ever posted something primarily for validation? Have you ever deleted a post that didn't get enough likes? Have you ever borrowed something and just kept it? Have you ever stolen anything in general? Yeah, anything. Food, office supplies, water, hotel towels, someone's lighter, someone's pen. Have you ever thought that the rules applied to everyone else but not to you? Have you ever overly complimented or been nice to someone just to get something that you want? Have you ever treated someone as a body first and a person second? Have you ever given your attention to something online that you knew reduced someone to an object? Have you ever committed yourself to one person and then desired someone else? Have you ever let physical attraction dictate your choices, even when you knew it wasn't wise? Have you ever felt more valuable because of your appearance? Have you ever identified with a certain role, like daughter, son, mother, father, artist, student, cashier, plumber, etc.? Have you ever placed all your faith in someone or something beyond yourself? Have you ever accepted the names for objects and places as they were told to you, instead of questioning them? Have you ever accepted a tradition without knowing why it exists? Do you accept most of your thoughts without question? Do you, or did you, ever ignore taking action to correct harmful thoughts you had in the past, or currently have now? Have you ever let a brand name define value more than the object itself? Have you ever continued eating even after you were full? Have you ever kept score with someone? Like saying, I did this and that for you, just to guilt them into doing something you wanted them to do. Have you ever clicked that you read the terms and conditions when you absolutely did not? Have you ever deleted someone's save file or game progress out of spite? Have you ever judged someone for selling out while secretly wishing that you had their life? Have you ever hated someone for having the thing that you said you didn't want? Have you ever ignored someone's good news because you were bitter? Bitter. Have you ever had the thought, why them and not me? Have you ever clicked through an ex's photos to see if they downgraded? Have you ever led someone on when you knew you weren't interested? Have you ever continued to do something even after you were asked to stop? Have you ever taken satisfaction in withholding forgiveness? Have you ever pretended to know the answer instead of just admitting that you didn't? Have you ever acted like you understood a reference just to stay part of the conversation? Have you ever said you liked something that you didn't like just because everyone else liked it? Have you ever convinced yourself you deserve a day of rest after resting all week? Have you ever scrolled on your phone for hours and then complained that you didn't have time for something that actually mattered? Have you ever justified overconsumption as self-care? Have you ever blamed someone else for something that you did? Have you ever condemned someone else's habit and then indulged your own? Have you ever hid something from someone? Could be anything. Your feelings, their personal property, where you were last night. Have you ever lied because telling the truth made you uncomfortable? Have you ever secretly enjoyed a roast that went a little too far? Have you ever cared more about being right than you did about being kind? Have you ever made up an excuse to get out of something? Have you ever acted selfless just to appear selfless? Have you ever done a good deed and then felt the need to post proof or tell someone about it? Have you ever ignored someone in genuine need because it was inconvenient for you? Have you ever hoped someone would fail so that you would look better? Have you ever fantasized about anyone's demise. Was there ever a moment where you may have bargained with a higher power? This might look like promising to do something, or promising to never do something again in exchange for temporary relief, or maybe for an unpleasant situation or circumstance to permanently end. Did you ever consider selling your soul to the devil? That was great. Thank you. Now, please tell your score for that round, okay? You should have a maximum of 140 points. I'll give you a second to calculate it if you haven't been doing it as you go. You have your total? Good. Just make sure to jot it down or file it somewhere in the back of your mind, okay? We're going to move into scenarios now. I'll share a scene with you and make a statement. You will drop yourself into that scene and rank it from 0 to 2 on how true the response is to you. 0 means it would never be true. 1 means it would sometimes be true. And 2 means it would always be true. Are you ready? Scenario 1. You order takeout. It arrives in under 20 minutes. You tip $2. The delivery driver says thank you twice. You can't remember his name and forget his face as soon as you close the door. How true would that scenario be for you? Remember, 0 means this is not what you do. 1 means it might sometimes be what you do. 2 means this is something that you would definitely do. Got it? Wonderful. Scenario 2. You upgrade your phone. The old one still works, but it goes in the drawer. How true would that be to what you would do? 0, not true at all. 1, sometimes. 2, very true. Scenario 3. You grab a chocolate bar at the grocery store checkout. It costs less than a banana. It tastes amazing. You never wonder why. How would you rank that? Scenario 4. You love 2-day shipping. You don't know anyone who works in a warehouse. You never think about how many never leave one. Scenario 5. You book a cheap vacation rental. You like how authentic the neighborhood feels. You don't ask where the locals went. Scenario 6. You buy a cheap t-shirt online. When it arrives, it has a weird smell. You don't know where it was made. You wear it once and forget where you left it. Scenario 7. You grab strawberries in the middle of the winter because they're on sale. They're larger than you remember and perfectly red. You rinse them in the sink and eat half the container while scrolling. They taste a little like nothing. Scenario 8. You put the trash out on trash day. The garbage truck comes in the morning like always. You've never seen where the trash goes. Scenario 9. You send a return back because the color wasn't quite right. A week later, the refund hits your account. You never know what happened to the thing that you didn't want. Scenario 10. You make like a vision board for the future. It includes a smart home, a self-driving car, and a trip to space. Alright, tally up your scenario points. Maximum possible is 20. Do you have your total? Great. Now add that to the score you got before this section, the yes or no question section. Add those two together. Now, the absolute highest score you can possibly have is 160 points. If your number is higher, then something has gone terribly wrong. Here's how to interpret your score. You ready? If you scored between 0 and 50, there's very likely been a mistake. You're like Kevin from Home Alone with the angels frantically shouting your name from the mothership. They're meant to take you. You're gentle. You're meek. You treat people with respect. You say thank you and you mean it. People probably feel judged by your daily existence and you can't figure out why. So, if you are still here, I'm betting that you chose to hang back just to showcase your sainthood. I don't think you actually wanted to ascend yet. Maybe there's something still here that you're meant to protect. Maybe you're the one tasked with rigging elaborate moral police systems to keep the rest of the raccoons from looting the fridge. Whatever it is, it's not because you failed. It's because we still need you. If your score was between 50 and 100, welcome to limbo. You're not angelic enough to get swept up in the celestial carpool, but you're not roasting marshmallows with the truly damned either. You're multidimensional. You know the strawberries in January shouldn't taste like nothing. They probably shouldn't even exist, but you do buy them anyway. You've thought about the warehouse workers before you got distracted by something on the internet. This score reveals something very important about you. You're aware. You know something's off, and instead of denying it, you make jokes, you keep scrolling, you hope someone else has the answers. Limbo isn't punishment, it's a mirror, and if you lean in close enough, you might see the part of you that's still deciding who you want to be when no one's watching. And if you scored 100 or higher, yeah, you're definitely still here. You're not going anywhere. This wasn't a clerical error. This was a decision. You knew about the apocalypse and you clicked accept. The score doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you're deeply, profoundly human. You love convenience. You crave novelty. You live in the tension between knowing the system is broken and still enjoying same-day delivery. You're the kind of person who would complain about the heat during a volcanic eruption. And guess what? You're not alone. Earth is the world's weirdest after party. There's no bouncer, no guest list, just a bunch of us who didn't make the cut and are now just trying to figure out how to DJ the end of the days. And maybe this is where the real work happens. Down here, in the mess. And remember, this audit, it's not science. It's not a psychological assessment, and it is not a diagnostic tool. It's just a silly little cosmic inventory that confirms one thing. Your feet still planted firmly on this flaming rock, while the chosen ones are frolicking in greener pastures. But don't worry, we're all down here together.